You're listening to CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living. To learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we do it, call toll-free 1-866-928-3310, and we'll send you out a no-obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures Cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phones. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey, trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If, on the other hand, you actually want to learn how to trade, the place to be is www.cfrn.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done for professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.cfrn.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Borth. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, 20th. How about 30th day of March, 2016. Let's take a look at the numbers and see, boy, Janet set the market on fire yesterday. I mean, look at where we were at 12:20 yesterday. Look where we are today. What was it she said? She was very dovish. And traders love those doves, don't they? All right, the numbers as we speak. Now, these are cash markets, by the way. Even though this is a show all about E-mini futures and futures in general, we like to throw you a curve by starting with the cash market. The Dow is up 88 points. Now that's 0.5%. The NASDAQ is up 22 points. We'll call that 0.5%. S&P 500 up 9.5%. We'll call that half of 1%. The Russell 2000 is up just 3 points, and that's a quarter of 1%. Oil inventories came out today, and crude oil is up 28 cents a barrel. Gold is down $10.20. It's almost 1%. And as we turn to Asia, the Nikkei down 224 points. Shanghai up 80 points. You ready for this? Apparently, the Hang Seng traders were listening to Janet yesterday as well. Hang Seng is up. Well, no. China's pumping $100 billion into the market. Okay, so we should see these kinds of days. I just wonder how long it will take them to burn through $100 billion. The Hang Seng is up 437 points. That's still just a little over 2%. And the Shanghai, that's almost 3%, and it was up 80 points. In Europe, the DAX, man, just green, green, green. 1.5%, 158 points. FTSE up 1.5%. That seems to be the number of the day. The FTSE is up 97 points. CAC 40 is up 77 points. 1.75%. So all of Europe is green. We're talking everything. The SMI, the MCX, the ATG, stuff you didn't even know that existed, it's green. And in Asia, the only thing in the red anywhere today around the world is gold and the Nikkei. The Nikkei is down 224 points, which is a little over 1.25%. So those are the numbers. And did you listen to her speak yesterday? I was on the radio. Of course, I couldn't listen to everything that she had to say. We did have a live blog feed that I was sharing some of the comments from. I didn't hear anything that said there's no trouble in the world. Stocks can go to the moon. Trees can grow to the sky. You know, I didn't hear any of these things to unleash this bullishness. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, the S&P is back in the black for the year. Back in black. Yeah, you probably have that album. It's probably got a little dust on it, but you know you got it. All right. The Today Show. You've probably seen it. Donald Trump was grilled for 7 minutes this morning on the Today Show about his campaign manager's simple battery charge. Hosts Savannah Guthrie and Matt Lauer repeatedly tried to get Trump to admit that his top aide, Corey Lewandowski, wasn't telling the truth when he said he didn't touch a reporter earlier this month. The Jupiter, Florida police released video of the incident on Tuesday when Lewandowski was charged. The video appeared to show him grabbing reporter Michelle Fields as she questioned Trump at a campaign event. Now, the Trump camp has since shifted its story to argue that Lewandowski had good reason to pull Fields away from the candidate. Trump simply repeated this argument again and again during his Today interview. And we know how that goes with Donald. He will just, once he says something, sinks his teeth into it, so to speak. He doesn't let go. Over and over. In her first question to the Republican presidential frontrunner, Guthrie said, "You have a Corey Lewandowski tweet right after this incident happening saying very directly, I never touched her. Then you have a piece of video which shows rather clearly that he did touch her. Will you acknowledge very directly that Corey Lewandowski did not tell the truth initially about the incident? Trump pivoted again and again to accuse Fields of grabbing him first, as Guthrie repeatedly tried to get him to answer the original question. He also claimed that Fields had a shifting statement about the incident. Isn't it your story that's changed? Guthrie asked. Trump, typical Trump, he wouldn't budge. Lauer soon repeatedly tried to ask the same question during the heated interview, but Trump continued to place the blame on Fields, who earlier this month tweeted a photo of the bruises she said she received from the March 8 incident. He tweeted that he never touched her. Lauer told Trump the videotape easily and plainly shows that in fact he did grab her and he did pull her. He didn't tell the truth. The Trump campaign and Lewandowski's lawyers have maintained he is innocent of the charge. And this morning, I heard a comment he made on some other, he's always speaking somewhere, some way, somehow. And he said it would be easy for me to say, you're fired, to Corey. He says, I'm good at that. You might have heard. Remember his show, the You're Fired show? Yeah. Anyway, he said, I could just fire Corey, but I stand by my people. And I don't think he did anything wrong. Well, whether he did or didn't, he obviously, if the videotape is to be believed, I suppose you can Camtasia something or Photoshop it, but according to the video, he touched her. So he should have just said, now, Donald said he is there for a reason, and, if she was trying to get in my face, he had a right to, do what he did. So he has also said, as of last night in a town hall meeting, he was asked by the moderator if the Republican committee, the RNC, if they choose somebody other than you, are you going to honor your agreement that you signed saying that you would support whoever the RNC chose as the candidate? He said, no, I can't. At this point, I can't say that I will honor it. Before you gasp too loudly, Ted Cruz said the same thing. Kasich said, well, they shouldn't have answered the question. So there you go. It's the big Donald story of the day. He is not going to honor it. So when you go to the polls, apparently, whether the RNC picks him or not, you'll still have an opportunity to vote for him, perhaps as an independent. Now, there's a big brouhaha about how Hillary stole the Arizona election by reducing the number of polling places, by only allowing registered Democrats to vote. If you were an independent, you couldn't vote. I mean, the charges are pretty, well, and supposedly the FBI is getting ready to take another whack at her. Now, this could be just like the final, oh, we're really serious, and then they clear her name, no wrongdoing, you're cool. Or maybe they are going to take her down. I think it's probably the former more than the latter. But we'll see. We will see. And one other piece of news I'll share with you before Michael comes in to give us a recap of the live trading room. China's internet is getting creepier and creepier. There has always been a great paradox in China's internet. Here you have a country that suppresses free speech and censors information using what the rest of the world knows as the information superhighway. So naturally, in China, a great number of the exits are blocked. But there are levels to this stuff. Censorship on China's internet can move forward and get more open, or it can move back and close up, literally cutting off the country from the rest of the world. We know that the latter is happening right now. China is closing itself off. A recent communique from the head of the Chinese Communist Party's mouthpiece, the Daily People, says it all. He believes the CCP is losing ground on the internet, especially through social media, censored though it may be. In other words, the party should be pushing out more propaganda. To lose speech is to lose power, he wrote. This essay coincided with Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's visit to China when he ran through Beijing's smoggy streets without a face mask. Needless to say, Yang's essay did not reflect a Silicon Valley open ethos. Here's a bit more. Media run by the party and the government must serve as mouthpieces and be subject to the party's absolute leadership and management, Yang stressed in the article. The article is part of the newspaper's efforts to adopt ideas from a speech delivered by President Jinping in February about news reporting and public opinion. He admitted that the government was not as good at creating viral content as vulgar netizens, but he also offered that it's getting better. Indeed, the government has been making some hits lately. There's a viral video with a bunch of teenagers who think that Jinping is super cute. This echoes what Jinping said about the media in general when he was visiting party newspapers. Remember, this is China, so basically all media is party media. That's when he laid out a bunch of creepy new measures for media outlets to remind them who's the boss. They should enhance their awareness to align their ideology, political thinking, and deeds to those of the CPC Central Committee and help fashion the party's theories and policies into conscious action by the general public while providing spiritual enrichment to the people. Now, you know about the Great Firewall, right? Last month, Chinese leaders met for their annual legislative session, and they passed new laws to increase censorship of foreign websites in the country. One proposal would block all domain names housed outside of China. Another could stop foreign media from publishing anything without approval from China's media regulator. The new rules apply to words, pictures, maps, games, animation, and sound of an informational and thoughtful nature. Sometimes internet regulations are passed in China and they don't do much. People find ways around them. But analysts see that there's something different about what's going on here. Instead of just creating censors and not talking about them, the government is actually acting with very open hostility. They want everybody to know that somebody's watching you. And of course, this isn't just about what China's internet users can see, it's what the government can see. On Monday, the University of Toronto's Citizen Lab published a report about China's widely used browser. It's called QQ. Millions of people use it. It was created by one of China's biggest tech companies, Tencent, and it's collecting its users' information and transmitting it unsafely. Previous reports found that browsers by Alibaba and Baidu did the same thing. The insecure data transmission means that any in-path actor, such as a user's ISP, a coffee shop, Wi-Fi network, or a malicious actor with network visibility across any of these types of access points, would be able to acquire your personal data by collecting traffic and performing any necessary decryption. The director of Citizens Lab doesn't think it's a coincidence that all of these portals to the internet are so leaky. This means a malicious actor could spoof a software update in order to install malicious code on a user's device. And so people of China now, when they use the internet in the limited manner that they're allowed by their government to use it, Big Brother is watching. And when you cross the wrong person there, the consequences are a whole lot different than when you cross somebody here in the U.S. In the U.S., you have rights. You have certain inalienable rights. You have freedoms, liberties. China, not so much. If they decide to lock you up and throw away the key, well, that key will never be found unless they want it found. And they're putting $100 billion into their stock market this week, this month. The ghost cities still stand vacant. And yes, I'm pretty sure they still want to take over the world. So that's it. That's how we see it. That is the news from this side of the street today. We'll go to Michael right now, and he'll give us a full recap of everything that happened today in the live trading room. As soon as he finishes with that, I'll be back with a good word for the day, and we'll take a quick look at the Concierge Trade Alerts from last night. Also on Friday, okay, mark your calendar. On Friday, we're going to have at 1 p.m. Eastern a very special guest. We've talked about having him on for the longest time, but we finally managed to pull it together. Peter Eliades of Stock Market Cycles. Yes, Peter Eliades will be here Friday at 1 p.m. along with Garrett Jones, and we'll have a roundtable discussion at 1 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendar. Be sure to tune in on Friday. Out on the Google Plus page, I've put up a bio of Peter that gives you, I know that most of you already know who he is, but those of you who don't, you can read the bio and you can have a look at some of the work he's done, and you can find out why people are so fascinated with him and with the work that he's done. And you'll be able to ask him questions live on this radio show Friday. All right, Michael? I'll hit mute. I can see your screen, and it's all yours.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm ready to go. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 30th day of March, 2016. Today in the live trading room, we made 11 ticks profit on the Russell, 11 ticks profit on gold, and 24 ticks profit on the euro. Today it took us 34 minutes and 5 trades to get to our goal for the day, and when we closed out that trade, we were up $110 a contract. We took a total of 11 trades today. All right, our monthly average in the number of trades has gone down a lot this month. Last month we were at 14.6. The month before that we were at 18. Right now we're at 12. Anyway, it just shows the decrease in volatility. So on the month, we are up $3,800 even. That's over 21 trading days, averaging $180.95 a day. If you were to apply an $8 commission to every trade we've taken, you'd be up net $17.12. And with a $5 commission, your net profit would be $24.95. On the year now, we're up $16,690 a contract. That's over 59 trading days, and we're averaging $282 per day on the year. Okay. Now, if you have not taken a free trial with us, just go here to the home page at CFRN.net. In the right-hand column, where it says register for a free trial, put in your name, put in your email, click on register for a free trial. When you do that, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click the confirmation link. Okay, if you don't click the confirmation link, you will not get the free trial. All right. Yeah, that's that. So now let's look at the actual trades. Okay. We'll start out with gold. Gold is where we had the most trades. You can see them already here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There it is. All right. So with the gold, we started out right here with a break-even trade. It was actually a down close off the BBC right here, and we got in a little higher, and we ended up getting a break-even on that one. We got kind of flat for a little while. Right over here, we had a higher swing, we had higher highs and higher lows, so we took a long trade off the BBC, and it stopped us out -8 ticks. Over here, we jumped in a momentum short trade right here, and we got 12 ticks profit on that, putting us at +4. We had a break even there, and then another one right here with 7 ticks profit, putting us at +11. Okay, now we went all the way through here without placing another trade on gold. Just looking at it, I'm wondering, nope, I don't see any trades in there. Okay, so that was that. Now, on the Russell, let's see. Tomorrow is going to be our last day trading the Russell. That's sad, at least for a little while. Okay, we may pick it up again in the future, but for right now, we're going to drop the Russell because I know it's going to be a mess after tomorrow. You know, when it starts up again in April. Just looking. Interest rates will not stimulate your report. China charges for more market. I mean. Yeah, Tom, that's, I don't think it'll die. I just think it's going to be, it's for the next month or so, maybe 2 months until it gets stable with the new pricing scheme. I think there's going to be a lot of retail traders that are dropping out, and you know, the market's not all that heavily traded to begin with. So I think it's definitely going to be thinner starting Friday. Okay, I'm not going to be looking at it. So all right. Anyway, on the Russell, we have a trade here that we missed to start out with, and then we grabbed 3 ticks profit on this one, it looks like. Right? Yeah. We grabbed 3 ticks profit on this one. Missed a trade there. There was a momentum trade here and here, but I'm guessing the ES was going into a zone because I don't have it marked. Right here, we got a break even. Okay, missed a trade there, and then right there we got 8 ticks profit, getting us up to +11. And that was where we ended trading for the day on the Russell. You can see we missed a bunch of trades in here. One there, there, and also right in here. There was another one right in here that we missed. Okay. Then we got over here and it started going down, and looks like there was a short opportunity right in here. And another one there and there. And that's it. Then we get into the break. Now during the break, I'm just looking at the MA1 right here. Okay, there was an opportunity here, 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 and there. And that was it on the long side. On the short side, there was an opportunity right there. Okay, and that was it during the break. On the Russell, we ended +11 ticks. Okay, crude oil had some nice movement here during the break. Look at this nice movement during the break. On the crude, there was crude inventories came out today. I didn't actually place the trades, but these were the spots that I said. You can see right here. I said to sell this one and buy that one. Hang on. All right, so on crude, the trades that we actually did take, we had a break even here and a break even here, and that was it on crude. The inventories came out right here, right? And then after the inventories, it started to get tradable again. Whoa. It started to get tradable again right in here. Okay, could have shorted right there and here, and then we're into the break right here. Okay, but you could have shorted in here, and there, and there, and there. And then it changed directions on you, and you would have gone long right there for a break even. And that's about it. So we ended up break even on the crude. With all that movement, we ended up break even. Okay, on the NQ, we didn't trade the NQ today. We did not trade the NQ today. So that was it with that. On the euro, we did take a trade here on the euro. A couple trades here on the euro. We missed a few too. Missed that one, and that one. Is this today? Oh yeah, we did take it. This first trade right here, we got 6 ticks profit on that one, and then we got 18 ticks profit on the follow-up one right here. I didn't get into the ones after that. Okay, it got pretty choppy in here for a little while. All the markets got choppy in here for a little while. And there was a trade right here that looks like it would have stopped you out if you would have taken it. It was really messy. During the break, it seemed to have some clean trades right in here during the break. Bounce off the BBC right there for the move down. Momentum trade right there for the move down. And that was it. That was it. Okay, so back to the spreadsheet. Well, first we'll do this. If you have not taken a free trial with us, just go to our homepage at CFRN.net. Up here, see CFRN.net. Over here in the right-hand column where it says register for a free trial, put in your name, put in your email, click on register for a free trial. When you do that, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click the confirmation link. Okay, if you don't click that confirmation link, you do not get the free trial. Simple as that, all right? And the recap. Here we go. We made 11 ticks on the Russell, 11 ticks on crude oil, and 24 ticks on the euro. Okay. Today it took us 34 minutes and 5 trades to get to $110 a contract. And we took a total of 11 trades. So we're up $3,800 on the month over 21 trading days, averaging $180 a day. On the year, we're up $16,690 a contract. Over 59 trading days, averaging $282 a day. Tom, I think they just saw an opportunity to make some money. That's it. All right. That's it, guys. With that, I'm going to wrap it up and send it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona. Recording off. Phoenix, if you are.
Alrighty. So, recap of the recap, please.
Today, it took 34 minutes and 5 trades to get to $110 per contract.
34 minutes and 5 trades.
Yep.
Yeah, that's excellent. The reason we record this every day, not to brag or boast, it's just simply to show you that it's more than a good idea, but that it's actually possible. And everyone is welcome to download the spreadsheet from our website. On the home page in the upper right-hand corner, you just click Live Trading Room Results, and that'll take you to the next page where you download the spreadsheet, and you can walk through day by day. And every day we denote how long it took us to get to our daily goal. And it's not a race. I was in a mentoring session with someone yesterday, and he said, man, I just had the most incredible light bulb moment. I go, really? And he said, yeah. He goes, I realize now that this isn't about it being a race or, trying to get it done as quick as I can, but that I can be patient and wait. And what we were talking about was when I first started, if I were trading a market such as the Russell that required 10 ticks, well, I wanted 10 ticks. I didn't want 6, I didn't want 7, I didn't want 8, I wanted 10. And so the market might run up and lay 6 ticks on the table, but I would think, no. and it would pull back and run up, and maybe it would offer 7, and it would pull back, and it'd give me one last shot at 6. No, 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 no. Russell, I need 10 ticks a day. It's 10 or nothing. Well, a lot of times it became more than nothing. It became minus. Instead of being up 10, I would be down 8 when I could have had 6. And often the market will make you that offer. And so as we were talking about that, you said, wow, you know, I've always heard you talk about 10 trades a day and you got them available and whatever, but I just wanted to get it done, one and done. I go, yeah, we all would like that. That would be the most excellent thing, to one and done it. But unfortunately, that's not how it pans out. And so we have to be willing to take what the market, now we don't just bail because we have a couple of green ticks on the screen, but we're aggressive with our risk management. So as price moves higher, if we're in a long trade, we're locking in profit. If it comes back and takes us out, that's okay, because we have 10 trades for today, not even counting any rollover trades from previous days, because every day that you don't use all 10 of your trades, the unused trades roll forward. And also there's going to be days where you get stopped out with 3 ticks, you get stopped out with 4 ticks, and then it runs all the way to your 10 tick goal. So on a day like that, you end up with 17 ticks. You didn't try to. You were just shooting for your $100 daily goal per contract. But here you stumbled into 170% of your daily goal. So that 70% rolls forward. So the next day, when your first trade gets stopped out with 7 ticks profit, you can take 3 ticks from the overage that you had the day before, and you're done. You're one and done, even though you only had 7 ticks. You didn't get all 10. Of course, you want to build that kitty up of carryover percentages and carryover points. You want to build it up as strong and as big and as healthy as you possibly can, so that you always have something in the bank, so to speak, something to draw down on when you need it. So let me grab these charts. Just want everybody to understand, that's why I always make it a point to ask Michael how long it took us, not so that we can boast that we got it done in 34 minutes, but simply that it got done. That's the key. When you sit down at your desk every day, it shouldn't be, man, I got to, I'm going to do it one and done. Just, I'm going to sit here, put on and take off trades that meet the criteria until I have my daily goal. And then once I have my daily goal, I'll be done for the day. And that's the other side of the coin that new people often struggle with. And that's the being done part. Especially when you do get that one and done day. I thought I sent let's see. Hey, I sent you an email.
Yep.
I don't know
if I'm on it right now.
Anything you need to do, or okay.
I am on it right now.
Okay, it finally gave me the charts. That was kind of weird how it was creepy, like China's internet, the way it slowly unfurled. It says I've got them. Now if I can just get them to show. Uh-oh. Something's up.
You want me to take them back for a minute?
No, I got them. It should populate now. But it's not, is it? Let's give it just a minute. Okay, there we go. Well, I don't know what that was all about, but now it's my charts are still moving. What do you show as price in the S&P?
Right now, I show 53.75.
Okay. I I think I'm back. Yep, I'm percolating now. Okay. So we're right inside of last week's weekly trading zone. Something I failed to say at the beginning of the show, guys, if you're brand new to the show, when you're listening to the sound of our voice and you're wondering where are these charts these guys are talking about, what you have to do is go to our home page. On the right-hand side of the page, there's a big microphone. Click that. Follow the instructions on the page. And within 30 seconds, you'll be registered all the way through the end of today. We have 30 days this month. We have 31 days, right? 30 days.
31 days, correct. 31 days.
Yeah, 31 days. So you'll be registered all the way through tomorrow. But come Friday, you will need to register again. But when you register on Friday, then that will be good for the entire month of April. So you'll be good for an entire month. No worries. Okay? All right. Now, let's go to our good word for the day, and then we'll move on from there and take a look at the Concierge Trade Alerts from last night. Today, we're going to talk about managing your time, managing your life. Walk in wisdom, redeeming the time. That's Colossians 4:5. One of your greatest possessions is your next 24 hours. How will you spend them? Will you allow television, pointless emails, unimportant tasks, your own impulses, the wrong people, or other meaningless distractions consume your day? Or will you take control of your time and make today count? Leadership experts say that focusing on the top 20% of your priorities brings an 80% return on your effort. So when you get up each morning, look in the mirror and say, today I'll live my life according to God's will and give my energies to the things that help me fulfill it. Now, the truth is, there'll always be things that are vying for your attention. Advertisers want you to spend money on their products. And have you noticed how people with nothing to do usually want to spend their time with you? Even your own desires can be so diverse and your focus so scattered that you aren't sure what needs your attention first. That's why you need to focus like a laser on your God-given purpose. Whatever you concentrate on, you give strength and momentum to. Your priorities determine how you spend your time. So set them prayerfully and maintain them carefully. Eliminate all the non-essential things. Those who tell you you can have it all are misguided. You can't do everything. You can't do everything you want to do, but you can do everything that God wants you to do, because He can give you supernatural strength, insight, and ability to accomplish and complete any task, conquer any adversary. But that comes from putting your faith not in the things of this world, not in the things that all the advertisers tell you you must have to lead a fulfilled life, but the things that God tells you you need to lead a fulfilled life. So you have to choose. Success comes from doing the right things right and letting the rest go. I'll say it again. Success comes from doing the right things right and letting the rest go. If you're not sure what the right things are for you, imagine yourself looking back on your life years from now. Which things would you regret not doing? Very few people have ever laid on their deathbed and said, I really wish I had spent more time at the office. I really wish I had landed a couple more deals. I really wish I had gotten a few more points. Not to take away the importance of going to work, closing the deal, and getting the points. But we all have to draw a line and determine what's really important, and we only have 24 hours in a day, and 8 of those hours should be spent in rest, restoring. That's how God created us. He created us to live our life in a cycle. We rest, we sleep. Even our sleep itself has cycles. We go through REM sleep and all this other kinds of sleep, and then we awaken, come alive, get busy, get focused, get the day done, and then as the sun begins to set and the chickens come home to roost, we slow down, we get quiet, and the cycle repeats. So ask yourself this question. If you're not sure what the right things are for you, imagine yourself looking back on your life years from now. Put yourself 5 years out. Put yourself 10 years out. What are the things that you will regret not doing? Those are the things you need to figure out how to make time for today. And that is our good word for the day. Okay, let's go to the chart. Take a look. S&P 500 Emini Futures. Yesterday, when Janet Yellen started yelling, we were way down here at 20.35 and a quarter. Actually, she started talking at 12:20. So it was in this candle right here, the 12 o'clock candle. She started talking at 12:20. But it wasn't until she started talking that this thing took off. And when it took off, man, it took off. Now, this was the Concierge Trade Alert, and this was the one trade a day over here at, I think it was 2029. And, I mean, look where we are. We got up and went places. Put in a swing high at 20.6450. Hey, Michael, are you still there?
Yep.
Could you take over for me for just 1 second?
Sure.
I've got the school calling, and I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. I will take over for just 1 second.
Yeah, you don't have to grab the charts. Maybe you could just...
Okay. I can just look at what you got going on there.
All right.
All right. So what Dwayne's got going on there is a 30-minute chart. And you see prices dropping back down into the weekly trading zone down there at 54.55. I thought this morning we had hit our highest weekly trading zone. Let me just go take a look here on my charts. 61.62. Oh yeah, that 68.69 is last week's. We did hit the highest weekly trading zone this morning. Typically, if we hit the highest or lowest weekly trading zone early on in the week, that is a huge indicator that there's going to be a reversal. Okay, that's what typically happens. This, I guess, is no different. This morning, Joel, one of our partners, had asked me if it was significant, and normally it's more significant if it happens on a Monday or a Tuesday, because then I would I would buy some put options on the ES, because usually by the end of the week, it's going to be, down near the other extreme, which would be down, the lowest weekly trading zone, wherever that is. And then that's quite a ways down from where we are right now. But let's see. We currently are sitting right at that weekly trading zone. That's not showing up on my chart. Hang on a second. Let me just flip this to 5 minute. Yeah, I don't have 54, 55 as a zone right now. So I think it should be going to 45, 46 is where I would expect that to get down to. Let me go and look at the email and make sure I got this right. Okay. And let's see. BMI starred stuff.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Everything's all right.
All right. Okay, good. Everybody safe? Everybody healthy?
Yeah.
Good. Nobody in too much trouble?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing serious at all. So, okay, let's pick up with where we were, and on the S&P, last night, we were looking to be long above 54.25, and so from 54.25 up to this first swing high, we hit 61.5, and so that's roughly 7 points. And then on this pullback here, we didn't quite get below the trigger at 54.25. Now you might wonder, well, wait a minute, you've got a signal right in the middle of a zone. Keep in mind, these are last week's zones. And so at some point during the week, I have to override those with this week's zones. And tomorrow we'll put this week's zones on the chart for everybody to see. That's typically what we do on Thursday. So we'll do that tomorrow. All right. So from 20.54.25, the final swing high of that move was 64.5. So 10.25 points. So there was 7. And if you stuck around, then there was 10. However, I've got to believe that most people who are practicing aggressive risk management are going to be out it. And this drawback here, you might have held it, you might not. Okay, this first move, and if you're just looking for your couple points for the day, then on this very first 30-minute candle, that took you all the way to 57.25. So that was 3 points, not 2, in the very first candle. All right, next let's go to the Dow, the YM. Again, these are last week's zones that you see on the chart. I'll get tomorrow together, we'll put the new zones on the chart. Last night, our trade alert on the Dow was to buy 17,600. Which is right there. Okay, so if you buy 17,600, this is the Dow, pays $5 a point. The S&P pays 50 a point. There's a 10-to-1 ratio. I know I explain that almost every day. I'll spare you today, but there's a 10-to-1 ratio. So from 17,600 the trigger, we need 20 points. The swing high here is 176.16 in this first candle. And then as we move into the second candle, the second 30-minute candle, we move up to 176.26. And then we just move right on into 176.33 before we really get any kind of a pullback. So if you were out here at 33 or on the pullback, you're out with your 20. Good job. This swing high here is 54. So we'll just put a little notation there. 54. And then the swing high was 694. So nobody's going to get out with 94 points unless you're psychic or psychotic or something, because we trail our stop. We either use a hard target. When you're brand new and you're first starting and you're trading that 2420 blueprint, you're going to use a hard target. You'll be out at your goal for the day, which is $100 per contract. Once you have some experience, maybe you've moved on to your second contract, at that point you can start pulling that target off and actually trailing your stop. But in the beginning, you want to use a hard target so that you can become accustomed to the feel of being consistent with your daily goal. That's really important. So we had a chance to just take our goal and be done for the day here. 54, a little bit of a pullback, 94, and now we've pulled back right to the trigger, and we'll see if it turns into another trade on the upside. Important prices, important areas are almost always tested. After the Dow, we go to the Russell. Now the Russell, look at how flat the Russell got last night. I mean, big climb yesterday, along with all the other markets. Put in a swing high yesterday of 1108 as I was sitting down to go to work. That was the then current high, and it was doing this little sideways business here. Wouldn't call that violently sideways, but definitely sideways. What we had alerted our subscribers to was to be buyers at 1109, sellers at 04. Well, 1109 came right there. There you have it. There's 1109. Okay. So 1109, and the swing high was 1114.5. So that's 5.5 points. The Russell pays $100 per point. So the market made $550 per contract available. Now, the sell side was 1104, and 1104 is over here. And 1104, selling 1104 led to the possibly unthinkable stop out. Okay, it happens. Swing low of this candle was 1103.30. So it actually went 7 ticks in your favor. If you were trading it the way you would trade in the live trading room, using the aggressive risk management, then you'd have been okay. If you were trading it as a bigger picture type trade, then this would be one that simply got stopped out. And that's going to happen. People throughout the ages of trading have spent more money than you can imagine on things that promise to make sure they never get stopped out again. How many of us know those things, no matter what they promise us, they just never really deliver? Never really works, does it? You end up getting stopped out anyway. There's no indicator, no oscillator, no crystal ball. There's no voodoo or black magic that will truly prevent you from getting stopped out on occasion. It's the nature of the business. The next on our list will be crude oil. GCLK. That's a little messy, so we'll clean it up. Okay. There we go. Now the alert went out last night at 8:30 p.m. So that's going to be 2030. There we go. And on crude, the suggestion was to buy 38.80. Okay. Now the first time you bought 38.80, put a little stress and a little strain on you, and I'll show you. 38.80. There we go. Now the swing high was 38.83, so it only went up like 3 ticks. Based upon where you've placed your stop. If you're using the dynamic structure of the market itself, we're talking about a stop that's here. That might be too much risk for you. And so when it's too much risk for you, and I help you figure out what is proper risk for you when we do one-on-one mentoring sessions. So we trigger, don't go anywhere. We pull back, leg, retrace, leg, retrace, leg, retrace, leg, retrace, leg. And so this time, using dynamic structure of the market, not risking quite as much. And the swing high here is 39.08. Now let me write down by 38.80. Okay, so from 38.80 to 39.08, that's going to be 28 ticks. Price, important prices, important areas are almost always tested. And so price gets below the trigger at 38.80. It resets the trade. Off we go again. And this was the big mover. And the swing high was 39.71. So from 38.80, if we had gotten up to 39.80, that would be $1,000 per contract. Now, you see, this candle did make it to 39.80. So from 38.80 to 39.80, it's a $1 move. It's $1,000 per contract. Okay? But because of this pullback here, if you're trailing your stop, chances are on this pullback, you're going to get taken out. So the swing high here is 39.71. So let's do some fast math. 39.71 minus 38.80. Well, that wasn't right. I should be able to just do that in my head. 39.71. 39.71 minus 38.80. Now we're cooking. That's 91 ticks, so that's $910 per contract. $910 per contract available. Again, we don't get out at the exact swing high or the exact swing low of any move. That's not how our methodology is set up. We're going to trail our stop. We're either going to get out at a hard target, which for crude oil would be 10 ticks at $10 a tick. 10 times 10 gives you $100 per contract per day. 910 was available. If you left 810 on the table, don't worry, don't fret. If you're working the blueprint, you're learning how to trade. The day will come, okay, when you'll get your bite of the big apple. The most important thing you can do is focus now on learning how to trade. That's your job. Learn how to trade, and all this will take care of itself in good time. All right, after crude oil, we've got the NQ. Once again, these are last week's weekly zones, but the carryover effect still holding true, except we blew way out the top of last week's zones. Look at the NQ, man. That thing really took Janet seriously yesterday. Okay, we said that the alerts went out at 2000. All right. Okay. Buy 44.68. Which is right there. Nope. Right there. Buy 44.68. Okay. All right, the first 30-minute candle that triggered 44.68 put in a swing high at 44.78. That's 10 points. How many points do you need? 5. The NQ pays $20 a point. And so 5 points will give you your goal for the day. Now, the swing high of the session is 45.09. So 45.09, 45.09 minus 44.68 is 41 points. That's what the market made available. $41. And that's at $20 a point. So we're talking $800 per contract. Now, when we talk about trading the 24/20 blueprint and making $100 per contract per day, someone asked me in a mentoring session yesterday a good question. Is that every market? I got to make $100 in every market? No. Just one. Just one market. Now, you can divide it up between markets. If you take $50 out of the S&P and $50 out of crude, that's fine. As long as you gross $100 per contract per day and 10 trades or less, you'll still graduate in 24 months as a 20 contract trader. You got to follow the rules. There can't be any upsets. You can't run off in the ditch. And you know what? Life happens, and so most times people will have to hit the pause button at some point. Vacation, work, sickness, life. Life happens. And so we accept that, and we hit pause when we need to hit pause, and we focus and trade as we're able. Okay. All right, after the NQ, next would be gold. And I got a suspicion that gold is down today after Janet's speech. Stocks are higher, gold is lower. Now, when she started to speak yesterday, gold actually rallied a bit, but then overnight it changed course. Here's 2000. Alerts go out. And on gold, we're looking to buy 1244, which only gave us swing high was 1245. So that's exactly 10 ticks. It's exactly $100. And since you're not going to get out at the swing high, that probably didn't give you your goal for the day. On the sell side, because this is a down day in gold, we were looking to sell 1237. That was the money side of the trade. 1237. Okay, from 1237, we put in, now remember, the daily goal, $100. Guys, I'm going to have to put you on hold for one more second. My apology. My apologies. Okay, where'd we leave off? 1237. So on this first move down, so your stop's going to be, market's determining placement of your stop, and I'm going to swing low of 32.60. So we'll round that up and call it 33. So that's a 4-point move. So the market made $400 plus available.